Hi, good morning, and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 819. I'm Kristin Omdahl, and we are here live in Southwest Florida at the beach. This is the beautiful Gulf of Mexico behind me. If you are joining me live, please say hello. Let me know if you are crafting today. Let me know if you have any questions for me. Hi, Joe. Happy hump day. Hi, Lisa. Happy Wednesday, aka Happy Hump Day. Hi, Melissa and Thea and Donna. Hi, Lisa. Good morning. Hi, Melanie and Thea. Good morning. Welcome back. Hi, Sean and Christine, Lily, Marcia, Kat. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Kathy and Donna. Hi, Lisa. Good morning. Welcome back, everybody. Hi, Jane. Hi, Joe. Thank you, Joe. This is the crystal chain necklace, which is a super duper easy beginner project working crochet chain, crochet single crochet, and threading beads onto your yarn before you begin. I do sell it as a kit on my website with a small tidbit of Be So Fine yarn, which is my #1 fingering weight bamboo yarn, and a set of 240 4mm bicone crystal beads, and it is so easy to make and so fun to do, and it makes a gorgeous necklace, which is great to wear or to make as a gift. And you can make it in tons of colors to go with all sorts of outfits too. I'm wearing this in Caribbean turquoise this morning, and wearing it with my new dress from Amazon that I think I mentioned to you guys last week. I'll stand up though so you can see a few of the features that I really like about it. It has a faux wrapped hem at the bottom so that it does open up when you walk, but it is still modest coverage. This side wraps to here and this side wraps to there, so there is quite a bit of overlap here. Unless it was super windy outside, this is the most it's going to open when you walk. So I'll walk up to you. So if I walk up to you, you can see it just barely opens. It's not a ton. And then the back has a faux tie. So the tie back there is separate from the band in the back. So if you don't want to tie it and you wanted more bra coverage, that piece in the back is about this big, but with that extra tie that ties it, it looks like the dress is tied, but it's not. And the shoulder straps also have adjustability on them as well. And it's one of those synthetic fabrics that does not wrinkle, so it's a really easy wash and wear type of a dress. I think it's really flattering on. I happen to like this print a lot, but if you go to my Amazon shop, you can see it comes in lots of other solid colors and prints as well. Yeah, I have lots of crochet jewelry on my site, Kat. If you like crochet jewelry, you should definitely check out the jewelry category in my crochet pattern shop. I have tons of options there. This happens to be the crystal chain necklace, which is a kit on my website and a video here on my YouTube channel. I don't believe I have a written pattern for it, but it's because it's that easy and you just follow along with the video. What type of bra do I have on? I have a strapless bra on right now. I really can't show you. I guess I can show you a little bit. It's a nude strapless bra, but it is a full coverage strapless bra with a significant band in the back. And I think it's interesting that I'm still able to hide that even though I have it tied in the back. Now I know not everybody is a fan of strapless bras, but you can also get those clear straps so that if you get a bra that has removable straps, you can add clear straps if you prefer, or if you can match your straps to the spaghetti straps, that works as well. Or you could crochet sleeves onto something like this, or you could wear something like, let's say I don't feel like wearing my strapless bra. What I would do is I will wear this with a denim vest or a denim jacket over the top. And anytime I don't want to wear a strapless bra and I don't care if my bra straps show, I just wear another layer over the top and then you can't see the bra strap. So that's like dual purpose then. You get something with sleeves, right? Because a lot of people don't like to go sleeveless, and you don't have to wear a strapless bra. Yes, Sandshell, of course you could always go braless as well. It depends on your comfort level, depends on where you're going, right? I bought another dress on Amazon recently that I'm still on the fence about because I think it's a dress that I can't wear a bra in, and I didn't return it yet because it's the kind of thing where if I was just popping down to the beach for sunset, I don't care if I'm wearing a bra. If I'm hanging around the house and wanting to not be in pajamas and be somewhat presentable, it's a beautiful dress, and I wouldn't necessarily need to wear a bra in that situation either. So I'm trying to figure out how and when to wear it on the show to show you, because I do feel like it's a really cute dress, and people with a smaller bust could totally pull it off without a bra. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the most appropriate way to show you, but I will show you because I like that dress too. It happens to be a dress that has pockets that don't add bulk to your hips. Those of you that know what I'm talking about will realize, yeah, that's a special dress. But it has a cutout here in the midriff that I'm on the fence about. Anyway, I'll show it to you sooner than later. Sandshell, that's funny. All right. Thanks for all the great questions this morning so far, guys. Keep them coming. Always great to have questions. I brought a piece that I need to weave in ends on and do a little sewing on, and I'm not sure how much I'm going to get done here this morning, but I can at least show you a sneak peek. So it started as a shrug. It started as a simple shrug, so like cuff to cuff. So I started with the cuff here, worked to the center back, then started at the cuff here and worked to the center back. And this is folded in half right now. And then what I did is I took one of my tools. I took the split ring stitch markers and I attached them at the cuff, and then I kept adjusting where I was going to join the sleeves and leave the open shrug body openness open. So I started at where the increases ended and the straight went, and I was like, maybe that's a little tight on me, and so I adjusted a little more, and I kept adjusting where to put those, because it's a heck of a lot easier to pin something and try it on and then readjust the pin than to sew the whole thing and say, oh, that's not going to work, and then have to unsew it and re-sew it. So the pins are really wonderful for pinning something, or the split ring stitch markers are really wonderful for using as pins to hold something temporarily to try it on and see if that's going to fit. So I'm going to try it on really quickly here for you so you can get an idea of what I'm saying. So now I have to still sew up the cuff to the underarm on both sides. But once I realized that that was where I needed it to be, I was more inspired to crochet the collar last night than I was to sew the sleeves. So I figured as long as I knew where to do it, that would be fine. So I made a big enough collar on the shrug that it will fold over a little bit. This is Plumeria colorway in Be So Sporty yarn. Isn't it beautiful? It's yellow with little pops of peach. And so the collar is not blocked yet. So keep that in mind. But so what I'll be doing is now sewing from here to the cuff on both sides, and then this beautiful collar is long enough that it folds over at the neck, but it gives you a very nice coverage in the back. Isn't that beautiful? So this will be a new pattern coming soon, and this is in Be So Sporty yarn. This is color Plumeria. I'm using a 5mm hook to get gauge for me, and I believe it will be sized. This is going to be, whatever size this is, took a full 3 balls of Be So Sporty yarn. So to make any of the larger sizes, you will need 4 balls of yarn, because I know a lot of people are going to ask about that. It's super easy. You start at the cuff and you work up to the center back, then you start at the cuff and work up to the center back, and on the second piece, you join as you go to the first side like you're joining motifs on one side, and so there's no sewing there. The collar is added without sewing. The only sewing that's going to be required is from the cuff up to the armhole opening. And the reason why I used those split ring stitch markers is because I wanted to try it on with a variety of placements. I didn't want it to be so wide of a body opening that it slipped off my shoulders, and I didn't want to feel constricted or claustrophobic because it was pinching in on my armpits either. So using those split ring stitch markers gave me the ability to adjust it by 1 row or 1/2 inch or whatever, and I got the right fit. And that's something that I will be talking about in the pattern as well, because I think it's really important to only use patterns as a guideline. We are all different shapes and sizes, and whether you are exactly the same size as me, nearly impossible, right? Or exactly the same size as any of the structured sizes that come in a pattern, you may need a smidge of an alteration. And so using your split ring stitch markers, which by the way, you can find them in my crochet hook and toolkit, and you can also buy them a la carte individually or as just the split ring stitch marker set on my website. But they are great tools for not only marking your stitches, but also as temporary sewing holders to see if your seams are going to be lined up properly. It's wonderful for all sorts of garment construction in that respect. It is very busy here at the beach this morning. Oh, and you know what? We're at parking lot 3, which means my favorite tree is right in front of me, so I definitely want to show it to you before we end today. But I was really excited to show you that the split ring stitch markers are actually a multi-use tool. And this is Be So Sporty Yarn Lizzie. This is Be So Sporty Yarn in color Plumeria, which is a beautiful soft yellow with pops of peach. I went with a Gracie shawl yet. I have not made it yet. All right, I want to show you this tree. You know, this is my favorite tree, and we have since discovered, since we first fell in love with it, that is a cypress. And I'm going to tilt the camera as far back as I can so you can see the whole thing. Isn't that amazing? What was that weird whispering at 2:30? I have no idea. What size is the dress I'm wearing? A large. I bought the large, which I'm surprised that it's as roomy as it is. It is not tight on me at all. So I don't know if that means the dress runs big. I know it doesn't mean I've lost weight yet. But anywho. Yeah, I appreciate all the questions for new videos coming from everybody. I know everybody enjoys having supplemental videos with the patterns, and all I can say is that I'm working on them behind the scenes and getting them done as quickly as possible, but they aren't quick to make. There's a lot that goes into making videos, and certainly to make them not only useful and helpful, but also accurate and timely. Like, they need to be condensed, and they need to be quick and to the point and summarized, and they also need to be accurate, and they also need to be done as quickly as possible in and around everything else. And all I can say is that I work on it, and sometimes I debate not releasing patterns until I have the videos done, and then I feel pressure that my patterns don't come out as quickly as they should. You know, it's a vicious cycle. It's just a catch-22. Thank you, Debbie. All I can say is that I do my best, and I am always working on all of that stuff behind the scenes. And if I had a release date for you, I would give it to you, but I don't have a release date on any new videos right now. I started a series the other day and realized that I didn't focus where I wanted to focus on it to be the best tutorial it could be. So I'm actually starting from scratch on that one, and I haven't done that in a long time. Yeah, I've usually been able to edit and use my regular footage, but this is the first time in a while that I've had to start over, and that sets me back a couple of days as well. Something is tickling my back. Thanks, Debbie. I do make a lot of videos, and I do feel like they come out quickly, but you know, they're never quickly enough for everybody. I can't, you know, everybody works on different patterns at any given time, and so for every one person that I can say, yes, that video is out yet, there's another person that I have to unfortunately say, no, that video isn't out yet. And all I can say is that I wish I could bring them out faster. Let's see, what else do I have in my bag of tricks here this morning? I'm still working on that belt for the Tunisian cardigan, so that one's not done yet. What else? Oh no, I'm not. Yeah, I understand, Anna. I totally understand, and it just makes me feel. I wish I could give you the answer that you want. That's all. That's all. What else? So the beach is super busy, and people are watching me like, what in the heck is she doing? So you got to see. There's people. There's tons of people to the north of us, and as we're sitting here, it's just getting more and more crowded. There was not even a fraction. Yes, I have to make all my step outs too, Judy, and that's actually where the most time, that's actually what takes up the most time. If I could just simply go on camera and tell you every aspect of this piece, I would. The problem is that you have to make the step outs to show it, and that's what takes up the most time. And then so to say that, you could say, oh, well, why don't you make the videos as you're designing it? Aha, that's because that is not always a tech edited pattern, and that is not always a design that doesn't morph during the process. So to make the videos as you make the garment, that is not something that has been proven to be successful yet. So that would be a colossal waste of time and resources on my phone as well. So yeah, there's that. Isn't it interesting though? It's interesting. I like sharing the behind the scenes, not to complain and I'm not trying to make you feel sorry for me or anything like that. I'm trying to just explain that it ends up being complicated, that's all. Hi Geraldine, good morning. Yeah, I feel like there was like 10% of this crowd when I first got here. Yes, Judy is extremely helpful. Thank you for all that you do, Judy. Okay, who wants to read a quote this morning? Let's see, where'd we end up? We ended up with Albert Einstein, I believe, yesterday. So what's next? Ooh, you guys are gonna know why I like this one. This is by Aristotle. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. Not to say that anybody is perfect and nobody does a perfect job, but this also reminds me of if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, which is a little bit of a stretch, but still, when you love what you do, I think it shows in your work, and I think that you can see in the results that someone put a lot of pride and effort and love into their work, and you can compare that to people that don't and see a different quality of end product. So I do wholeheartedly believe this, and it also is a reminder to mindfully put pleasure into your work, and when you mindfully put pleasure into your work, it does reflect in the quality of the finished piece. So thank you, Aristotle. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work, and it's always just a good reminder to mindfully put positivity into what we do. Make that mindful effort to put a positive attitude into everything you do, whether it's cleaning up someone else's mess, which is very easy to not want to do, right? But be grateful that for any aspect of it, right? Be grateful that you have cleaning products that you love, or be grateful that you have a house to clean, and be grateful that you have a person in your life. Like there's so many things to be positive about, even in something as simple and mundane in that. Or just making that conscious reminder to yourself that even if you can't be positive all the time, just try to be a little more positive. That's all. It shows in what you do. I truly believe that. I think that when I go into a store and I wear a mask, I know that if I'm making the effort to be nice to people and smile, I know they can still see it in my eyes. They can't see my smile, but they see that pleasure in my aura, and it still comes through. And that's actually a really great example, because I found it when we first started wearing masks. I was like, how am I ever going to be able to smile at anybody again? Because I love smiling at strangers and being nice to strangers randomly. And so I was like, how am I ever going to do that again? And it was really surprising to me, and a great thing to learn in the process, that I don't need to show my teeth to show people that I'm smiling at them. It comes across just in the way your eyes look and the way your body language is, or maybe even the way you move out of the way for somebody, or try to help someone. There's so many different ways to show that smile and that positivity, and I find that to be really interesting as well. Anyway, thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the beach, the sound of the waves, the colors, the scenery, my favorite tree sitting here with me. Hope you enjoyed my little tips on extra uses of split ring stitch markers, or not split ring, I guess they're locking stitch markers, and everything else that we talked about. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, it shows in our voices too, Geraldine, absolutely. Bye-bye.